about what that feels like and what would you do? And so I think that a lot of what we are trying to do is really at once, but we really do need a backing of a lot of these different representatives to back these type of bills. Dang, y'all said at the same time. Y'all gotta raise slower than that. I'm gonna take your question. Global warming, yeah.
Yeah, I will say there is that feature, that idea that having local into the community, any community. It's a a worldwide effort. There is we have partners in another, like talking about, for example, the coal trains, and that's where a lot of the coal gets from, goes through the state of Maryland, to the community of South Baltimore, and into the open air coal terminal today. And one of those, that's more like a federal approach, where we're trying to get. We actually have an European petition trying to go around and get those coal trains covered, because right now they're also uncovered. And so yeah, there is that effort on addressing it at a federal level.
Yeah, I think a lot of the solutions that Carlos put forward are in the interim solutions to getting coal phased out. But these are things that people want to see now. And then who was it? I'll take you in.
Hey, my name is Mario, part of the coal in West Virginia has been a problem for generations. Most of the deaths in coal mines occur from that one particular explosion. Carlos, I was just wondering, looking at that excavator or something, part of your community plan, have you guys included like a proposition to include water spraying? So when they're doing these types of events, that they have to spray that particulate down so it doesn't leak?
Yeah,
they do that in West Virginia is the reason why I asked.
Yeah, I will say there is currently things for like that the facility is required to do some spray water in it, but at the end of the day, water can only do so much. Sure. And yeah, there is strong that the goal is to get like strong, like overall goal phasing out, goal phasing out.
Does Maryland, whatever their environmental, do they have whatever we call DEP, whatever their environmental protection, do they have an air monitor like in your guys' area where they get air data from?
So we had one that was actually in our area that was removed in 2017, around the time when a lot of these other facilities were being introduced. So then there was a lot of the work that Carlos and them did, that we as a community put out our own air monitors. That's we are tracking data along with Maddie and different people.
West Virginia, they made it legal for citizens to monitor their own data because they want it to be, the impetus to be on the DEP. The DEP is strapped for people, so therefore it's harder for people to access that data. So just something to be aware of, make sure that when you guys are arguing for policies, that you always allow for this.
Yeah, those are some of the things we're working really hard with MPE for, and they have, they were actually very helpful on the report that we actually did do. That's a terrible thing. I'm just going to say, I don't know how to say it. It's just terrible to think that. But community science is coming up. We have heard a lot about those issues around, like, what monitors are you using? What are they monitoring? If we can use that and translate it to our own data. But yeah, community.
Can I jump in?
Water. Oh, go ahead, Mel.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to say too, like in response to the community monitoring, like we're going to continue with indoor air quality monitoring for the homes and people surrounding the area, as well as outdoor air monitoring. So we're expanding that to really identify what contaminants are coming in people's homes. And again, as I shared with the type of build that we're doing and how it filters out clean air constantly, like we want to use that as a baseline comparison to see, okay, are there other things that we can help put into people's homes, maybe different types of filters that can help increase the cleanliness of their indoor air quality that they're experiencing in community while we work to get rid of these facilities that are causing such harms.
Yeah, and I would say also with the explosion that did happen, I don't remember if Carlos mentioned it, it happened because of built up of methane, which they didn't actually think they were producing because it's not the coal mine itself, but they were. And during that time, they were actually supposed to be spraying down the coal, right? And so for us, you know, it felt like that can't really be the whole solution, which they tried to say, they'll just spray it down, it'll be fine, we'll print out the methane. But we really used this as a way to try to put forward a lot of those different things that we wanted to see them accountable for. Like the covering of it. If it's not explosive, y'all should be fine with it being like, but yeah, so those are some of the things we are doing. And let me try to get in the last two questions I see. Yep. You want to take that question now?
Can you repeat it? I did not hear. I'm sitting here struggling trying to hear the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think your question was if how are community residents selected for the homes in the time frame that they actually are going to be in the home.
Yeah, that's a really great question. So it depends on how we are getting financing. So as I shared, like we're completing our very first homes right now, and starting out with capital development, most of the grants that you're awarded are reimbursement based. So what that means is you have to spend the money or get a bridge financing loan to then be able to show, you know, to cover expenses and then submit for reimbursement. And starting out, because this is our first development, it has been very difficult in getting financing. But we offer and provide ongoing sessions and classes where we are educating people again on what a community land trust is, what does it mean to own the home. So we continue to offer those sessions in community. We have a team of realtors that are helping us identify home buyers. We have at least 50 to 60 applications of people that are interested. They are at all different stages of readiness. The pandemic really has put a damper in people's eligibility in getting mortgages and qualifying for mortgages. So we're really working with them for some of the future homes. So we have some people that are like, okay, we're ready now. Like we're almost there. We have an approval letter. And then there are others where it's like, look, I'm not ready yet. I need another year or so. And we're working with them because we have other homes in the pipeline. So they're really just identified by readiness. And that's how they're placed. And if we have multiple people that are ready at the same time with limited housing stock available, we will then refer to a lottery basis to determine who would get the home. And it would also depend on household size and the room availability for that unit. I hope that makes sense. And that I answered the question.
You're good. Okay.
Did I? Okay. Oh.
I saw another question over here somewhere. Yeah. What are people telling you that they need is not but right now that actually all right, and the time is up for the session, so everybody, but we're gonna get that question in.
Yeah, so I would say, you know, there is a factor of things, you know, one, depending on like what for facilities, there's a whole bunch of different approaches, one, you go in one way, and then there's like something being done the other side where it's like maybe, like, for example, like our scientific data, because that can't be backed up because it's like, there could be errors and stuff like that, and or it could be they don't take account for different scientific factors. But in terms of like the scientific approach, I'm not a scientist, like, although yeah, I like to play the role sometimes, but I wouldn't be, can't answer that question like for sure in terms of more of a scientific approach to it. But yeah, I'm more than happy to connect to more and then, talk some more.
Yeah, and I think also we are not in the business of just collecting data just to have data, but we want to see what that data actually help us turn into solutions, right? And so we really want to have that conversation about, yes, collecting data, but then what are we going to do to get the outcome that we need for community with that data? But yeah, we'll be open to that. Maddie is also here, and I'm pointing to Maddie because he's more of a scientist than any of us. So he's gonna have to answer the question. But thank you all for this, and we are going to connect with you. We'll get your stuff.
Yep. Thank you all again, and thanks for your patience with technology. Take care, everybody.
Thank you all. And now we're here if you have any more questions. Thank you. Yeah.